What's going on, John? This is Daniel from Josh and Danny SEO. So let's take a quick look at your website, see what's going on, see if we can help. Just wanted to let you know, by the way, I do like the gold, black, and white color. It blends really well. It gives it more of a bold look. Right off the bat, services, typically you want it as a drop-down menu so people can see what it is you're offering. Because if they're looking for something specific like cabinet painting and refinishing, they're going to want to just scroll over and click on that one. So it's very helpful to have that on there. And I know, where you're at. Sorry, we're in Spokane, so never mind on that one. But if you have multiple locations, you definitely want to advertise that. Your number up here, great, it's big and bold, but it's not a click to call. So if they're on their phone, you definitely want this to be click and just call you. Schedule a free estimate now, nothing wrong with that. Pictures are great. These are your clients, perfect professional services. We're here to help. Interior. See, here's the thing, right? You have all these guys over here, but we both know that interior and exterior painting, there's more that goes into it than just that. Like exterior painting might have deck and fence painting. There might be, maybe you also do pressure washing. I don't know. Interior painting is cabinet refinishing, cabinet painting. You also got texture repair. You got popcorn ceiling removal, a whole bunch of different things that you can offer, but they need to know. And I'm going to talk a little bit about why that makes a big difference with keywords in a moment. But schedule a free estimate now is great. They can put their stuff in here. I don't know about address simply because, people, they want to fill you out a little bit first. So they might not want to put their address, maybe zip code. So it gives you an idea whether they're close or not. I don't know. And then obviously the bottom over here. So your footer, you want to put whatever you have. Like if you have more than just Facebook and you have Instagram and stuff, you want to put that on the bottom. Not only that, you want to, again, your number should always be click to call, but you're going to want to put all of your top links and navigation on the bottom as well. Just standard practice. So when people get to the bottom, they can quickly pick on a link and go to the next step. But let's take a look at the back end of your business and see what is going on. So I'm using a tool called Ahrefs. It lets me know how Google is looking at you. And right now, a UR rating is how much Google likes your website, and a DR rating is how much they trust you. And right now, they're really not there. Now, a backlink is basically how you drive these numbers up. Now, you want the UR and DR in a 30 and 40 range with a ratio of about 1 to 1. Now, backlinks are how it works, right? So a backlink is where you have your website link somewhere else where somebody can click on it, and a referring domain is when it does return to you. Now, not all backlinks are equal, right? Now, you have to understand backlinks are kind of like your networking system, right? If you have a great network of people around you, you're going to do really well. If you have a bad network of people around you, you're not going to do really well. So you want to make sure that the links you are connecting to are very strong and they actually complement who you are and what your website does. Now, moving on to organic keywords. A keyword is what somebody might put in Google to find you. So you always want to make sure that the keywords you have in your website are strong and associated with what it is you're doing. Now, a great keyword like this, Spokane painters, right? It's location and service specific. You always want them to be this way. And it looks like you have a great idea of that. I'm very impressed, actually, because all of your keywords are literally just that. Here's the issue I have is, yes, you have great volume for all of it. You're not pulling anything in because you are in position number you're on page number 3, which isn't going to help you. When you're on page 1, 2, or not page 1, 2, or 3. When you're in position 1, 2, or 3, you will get anywhere from 10 to 20% of all search volume. If I had to do a quick calculation of all these guys, you're looking at maybe about 1,200 people a month searching for these kind of keywords. So if you're on position 1, 2, or 3 for all of these guys, you're looking at maybe 200 people to maybe 150 people a month coming to your website to check out what's going on over there. So, and that's only if you're located in position 1. But let's take a look at what happens when I put in Painters, Spokane, Texas. Did I spell that right? I believe I did. Now, again, location and service specific. It's like searching for that steakhouse, right? Or for the restaurant you want. You know it's a steakhouse, right? So you're going to put in Google, you're going to put in steakhouse in Spokane, Washington, right? But the more specific you get, the better off you're going to be. This is also how we create Google Ads, by using those two ideas. So here, by the way, is your, what do we call this? GMB, Google My Business Profile, GBP, stuff like that. So basically, you want to get in here because about 30 to 40% of all people searching for anything will click on one of these 3 guys. So it's definitely in your best interest to try and get up here. But then after that, my brain stopped working. We have our organic search. So anyone can rank here with a website as long as you know what you're doing. But we got CertaPro. They're everywhere in the world. So, they're a franchise, yes. We got Yelp, Angie, BBB. They're number 3, 4, and well, sorry, 2, 3, and 4, and then we have Preble. Now, if you notice, Preble is also one of the top, the number 2 in the GMB. So they're doing really well with this. They're on page 1 for this. They're also on, in the GMB top 3, and that's exactly what you want. So we got home, our story, why us, services with a drop down menu. See, interior, I would want them to do a little bit more, maybe like say other services. You just want to list it out because the more ability you have to talk about your services with specific keywords, the better it is. Because if I'm looking for cabinet refinishing, I'm typing that in specifically. Pricing, blog, contact, jobs, get estimate. And their phone number is up here. See, it is a click to call. So they're doing really well with that. Professional painting contractors in Spokane, Washington, interior, exterior, commercial cabinet. These are all links to other pages, which is great. Customers say this, we have painted in your neighborhood. And then you can trust us. We uphold our reputation of the highest quality. And then links again. My big thing is you always want to put in a lot of content about what it is you're offering. See how they have links on the bottom of the page? Basically, they're reviewing everything on the top. But let's take a look at the back end, see how they're doing. So their UR rating is 19 and their DR rating is 1.1. Again, you want them in the 30s and 40s. So they have a great trust rating and they have a strong website, not a great trust rating, which means they have a lot of backlinks in directories. And they do have 38 different referring domains. Not great ratio over there. It's not even 10%. But they do have 214 different organic keywords. My philosophy with keywords is that if you have one, you should get 2.5 people to your website. They only bring in 111 people. So let's find out what those keywords are and which ones they're ranking for. So right off the bat, again, we're going to look at keyword, the volume it's bringing in, the traffic they get, and then the position they're in to receive that traffic. And we have to wait for it to load. Okay, so they have the same one you do, Spokane Painters. But the only difference between you two is that he is in position number 6. And he's getting in 54 people a month. It's not 10%, but remember, he's not in the top 3 positions. So he's doing the same thing you are, except on a much larger scale. Spokane Painting Contractors, he's taking into account a lot more than just the run-of-the-mill. And again, interior door painting costs, you don't want those on your website simply because, I mean, you do, but you don't want to rank for them simply because anyone in the world can type this in. So you definitely want to be wary of that. Nothing wrong with ranking for it. It's just there's no real point. There's no real buyer intentionality behind it. You want them to be in your location. Painting contractors, Spokane, Washington, 20 a month. They're getting 1 because they're in position 6. Not 10%, but close. Better than 0. So what does this mean and how does this help you? So John, all you really got to do is we got to look at your content on your website, right? We got to make sure you have the right keywords in there. You got 8, but you can do a lot more than that, right? If every service you have has 5 keywords to each one, that's an additional 5 specific keywords per page or per service, which is probably around another 40 keywords right there. And then just getting a little more, I don't know, interesting with, the combinations of it. Like Spokane, painters. You can do painter Spokane. You can do Spokane, Washington painters. Anything. It's all variations on what you think people might put in. On top of that, then, we got to add those keywords, like I said, to the content, and then finally backlinks. Great news is Preble Painting has a couple of good ones that you can use. Find out a couple of other people who are second and third in the position, beat them all out. You should be fine. So those 3 ideas. You got your you got your content, you got your keywords, and then you got your backlinks, and that should do it for you. Imagine if you can bring in just an additional 100 people a month to your website. What can that do for you? Anyway, that's really all I got. If you do have any questions for me, John, reach out. If not, you have an amazing day.